Hey everyone, Alistair Kerr here for the High Performance Teams program. And in today's video, we'll unpack the key roles of chair, moderator, and live note taker that high performance teams use to have outstanding meetings. And I'll also share some of the do's and don'ts around each of the roles. Importantly, unlike traditional meetings, these roles are rotated between team members between meetings because it helps everyone in the team share accountability for team governance and performance, builds everyone's skills and capabilities, and helps foster empathy and support for our peers when they take on different roles. Let's start with the chair.
Ultimately, the chair is in charge of the meeting. Their job is to keep the group focused and moving through the content and moving towards actions. Because of this, they always have final say on matters of process. Great chairs encourage active participation through processes like using elbow partners and round room feedback. They manage time and quality openly with the group. They drive the group towards smart actions, and they use effective paraphrasing and summarizing to get to the point.
Now, some people love taking on the role of chair, but others are a bit hesitant because they become self-conscious around leading their peers. If this is you, my advice is don't overthink it. Effective chairing is about helping the team stick to process. A great way to do this is by simply reading each item instruction aloud before starting the item. When you're the chair, sometimes you can find it tricky to get into the discussion because you're so focused on process, especially during items like hot issues if your issue is the one being discussed. If this ever happens, it's best to nominate another team member to take over the role and then take back the role once the item is complete. Often in meetings, there'll be choice points, and some chairs can feel stuck about what to do next. My pro tip here is, if in doubt, speak it out. Lay out the options and then get some feedback from the team and from the moderator. For more tips on effective chairing, check out the back of the red card.
The chair is backed up by the moderator, who keeps an eye on team dynamics.
The moderator helps keep the team on track by signaling to the chair with the red and yellow cards.
The yellow card is issued as a caution to remind the group to get back on track, and the red card is used to stop the room.
Some moderators can be reluctant to use the cards even when they think they should because they feel socially awkward carding their peers. Here, the thing to remember is that the cards are designed as a signal to the chair, and so they should only ever be raised at the chair and not to our teammates.
Good moderators use a loud annoying timer to signal to the chair and to the group that it's time to move on. However, if the chair feels that more time is needed, they can overrule the moderator.
Some moderators stress when the meeting gets behind time. The thing to keep in mind is that responsibility for the meeting's timing sits with the chair. If any item runs over time, request direction from the chair around how to adjust. And if any item runs over without being given direction around new timing, simply set a recurring 1-minute alarm to gain the chair's attention. For more tips on moderating, check the back of the yellow card.
Rather than taking verbatim minutes, high performance teams use a live note taker to capture bullet points of the main discussion as well as accountable actions. These are displayed on a screen or a projection so that team members can make suggestions around alterations in real time.
When taking live notes, some people worry about their teammates noticing things like their spelling mistakes. Here we have to remember, nobody's perfect, and you can always do a spell check at the end of the meeting. And finally, when there's a lot of discussion in team meetings, it's not always obvious what takeaway actions should be recorded. If this happens, it's really important to speak up and check in with the team around what smart actions they'd like written down. Whether you take on the role of chair, moderator, or live note taker, if you follow the tips in this video, you'll be set up for success. Until next time, bye for now.